If you live in Wyoming's Laramie Valley, you're either getting ready for winter or surviving winter. 100 years ago, surviving winter meant a life or death struggle where you might freeze to death, you might starve, or you might end up on the wrong side of a gun. Today, surviving winter means a death-defying adventure that pushes man and machine to the edge in search of fresh terrain, deep snow, and adrenaline rush where the glaciers meet the tree line. In the snowy range, we do it right. Getting in and out of the mountains safely takes equipment that we build and refine down in the valley all summer. We are the Big Hollow Depot crew. We know how to get around in the worst possible weather conditions. We use our skills to build machines that help people live and work where we love to play. Come join us in our workshops, our proving grounds, and at the top of the world. We've got a big day tomorrow. We're going to pick up a new Sno Cat. I say new, but wait until you see this thing. It's older than I am. We're going north to Sheridan to meet a guy named Greg to take a project off his hands, then right back to Laramie to tuck the thing into bed on the ranch for storage while we decide what we need to do to restore it. We're going to take a lot of precautions and care to make sure it's boring. Hopefully you'll be amused, or worst case scenario, maybe you'll learn something. On the right, in the light blue shirt, is Greg. He's the scrapper that owns this yard, and he's talking to Hank Scorpio about this deal. Everything in the yard is covered in a patina of junkyard rust, but as Hank looks around with his trained eye, he's starting to see projects and stories. I suspect we'll be back here soon to get more raw materials for more projects. On the right, that's me. I've been looking for snow cats all summer that we can use as raw material for a restoration project once the snow starts flying. And that's our raw materials. It's a 1970 Thiokol Sprite, a 2-track Sno Cat based on a custom chassis around a carbureted Ford engine and a bulldozer drivetrain. We're gonna load this thing up and bring it back to town.
Right there.
Hank Scorpio, time for your close-up. Hank and I have known each other since we were both about 2. He's the brains of this operation. For example, if we had left him home today, we would have burned up a hub on the trailer and be stranded on the side of the road. Instead, Hank changed the bearing and repacked the hub on the trailer in a parking lot in front of O'Reilly's after breakfast. That's how we roll. On the left, giving hand signals to Greg and the loader, is Big Jared. He's our heavy equipment operator, bodyguard, and driver. He keeps us out of the ditch, we keep him out of trouble. Each of these bundles is one of the 2 tracks from the Thiokol. Together they weigh about a ton. Not a very heavy load for our Chevy C4500, but watch your toes. You'll want to get them properly situated over the axle of the truck for maximum towing performance. With the tracks sorted out, we were ready to load the Thiokol on the trailer. Greg had a portable winch assembly that we attached to the trailer, and then we began to tow the Thiokol slowly up his long ramps. Measure twice, cut once. Make sure the load is straight now, because if it isn't, we're never going to land it on the trailer straight. It's a long way back to Laramie with a crooked load. Check the yellow drive gears in the back axle. The driveline's been removed, so they should spin freely. They're covered in cast urethane, so if they don't spin freely, the urethane will slough right off, as you can see here on another wheel that we took off of another Sno Cat. are spinning freely, so we should be all good. You can see the transmission here. It's an OC12, which is adapted from bulldozer use. It's what allows the two tracks to move at different speeds, even though there's only one engine and driveline. Hopefully this thing's in good condition. It's going to be pretty difficult to repair it, pretty impossible to replace it. If you do something right, you make it look easy.
About all we got, so he can unhook. Go ahead and chop that wheel so it doesn't roll any.
The front wheels on the tracks expand and retract to allow for proper belt tensioning. Our initial foray into Sno Cat restoration started when we tore down our Tucker 1541 for routine maintenance, only to find the tensioning system rusted solid. Finding these adjusters in great shape is a score. After we loaded up, we drove the length of Greg's dirt driveway to see if we could shake anything loose. Once we were certain that we had secured our load, we took it back out on the road. Just 3 guys in a truck and a Sno Cat, headed back down to Laramie.